Hey there, YouTubers! Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another day, draw, and experiment. Now, before I continue, I just want to say this is technically a filler video. Today, you were supposed to see the conclusion to the energy series, which would be on dark energy and dark matter. However, if you watch the podcast, then you would know that I'm having troubles with my computer and I really need a more advanced editing software than the one that Windows provides to do that episode. So I'm like, I know of a day that I've been wanting to do for a while, so I'll just do it. As you can already tell by the title of this video and the piece of paper in front of you, today I am talking about how me, Dr. Sheep, fixed Apple's AirPower. Now, what is AirPower for those of you that don't know? Well, it was Apple's proposal to make a wireless charging pad that could charge your iPhone, your AirPods, and your watch all at the same time. However, they proposed to have like more than 20 coils that would overlap all in this one super slim, no cooling fan pad. However, because of obvious reasons, that wasn't going to work, and the thing overheated and could cause fires and lots of other problems. And they eventually had to scrap the whole idea of AirPower. However, I feel like Apple didn't try hard enough. Now, no, I'm not like, here's some futuristic cooling technology. No. I'm just proposing solutions that could get you similar results that what Apple was proposing, and it would also save tons of energy. So there are technically four solutions. One of the solutions that's already existed, and a lot of you would probably comment saying, oh, this already exists, is the idea of having a charging pad with 3 different spots on it, one for your phone, one for your watch, one for the AirPods. However, that defeats the idea of AirPower. The whole idea was that you could just set your phone, your watch, or your AirPods, or all 3 of them, anywhere on there, and it would just charge. All of them. Anywhere on the pad. That defeats the purpose. These solutions would allow you to do that. And I'm going to present the first one. Now, actually, I say the first one. The first thing that would make this work is a microprocessor, a computer chip that could monitor each individual coil and tell that coil to turn off, or give it more power, or cause it to, or tell it to, here's less power, and could manipulate them from current to voltage to everything in between. It could also measure heat, how hot it's getting, if it needs to turn off because it's overheating, and so on and so forth. A microprocessor that can do all of that. That's the key. Now, in this, it kind of looks like it's in the cord. It wouldn't be. It would be in the pad, but I screwed up. Anyway, and I only had one piece of printer paper. Anyways, my first idea is a magnet. So, in your phone, you would have a permanent magnet, and that's the key there, is a permanent magnet. If it were an electromagnet, the phone would have to be on. Well, if your phone is completely dead, that's not going to work. So a permanent magnet is the solution. And then in the charging pad, now there's only one, but obviously it would look just like this, but each one would have a sensor that would, and using the computer chip, you'd be able to pinpoint where that magnet is, and then it would and then the computer would say, here, turn on coil 21. And it would turn on that coil and turn everything else off. And obviously you would tell it to limit to only 3 coils on max at all time. Now, what happens if it's not perfectly aligned? I don't know. I'm not an engineer. This is just an idea proposal. And Apple, whoever, if somebody wants this, take it. I don't care. I would want millions of dollars, but just take it here. Now, the problem with this is, though, Apple, in all of this infinite wisdom, could easily make this a proprietary thing. That, oh, to use our AirPower, you need to have an iPhone or AirPods or an Apple Watch that has a magnet in it. But obviously, any tech company can easily catch on and put magnets in it. It wouldn't be that hard. Or they could make their own. That's option 1, and probably the most realistic. Option 2 is, and now this is a theory. I don't know if this is possible. Now, obviously, there's 3 coils here. Again, you'd have as many coils as Apple is proposing, but obviously, I didn't want to draw that again. So, this idea is that I don't know if the electrical if these coils, when a device is on them, if they draw more current, or they want to pull more power from the wall. And if the chip, if that is the case, then the chip would say, here's which coil. So like the coil would turn them. So you'd plug it in, and there'd be a weight sensor in the pad, and it would know the minimum amount of weight necessary to the minimum amount of weight. And if the minimum amount of weight, so this is the lightest wireless charging device on the market. Now, if something lighter comes out, then a firmware could be issued to it. So you'd have to probably use an app on your phone of some sort, either Android, Apple, probably Apple. We'll just stick to Apple for now. Apple would issue a firmware update because they made the AirPods lighter, or they made the watch lighter, something. And so it knew. And then there is no max threshold because, well, you could have 3 iPhones on there with who knows how many different types of cases. I even saw an iPhone that had like a watch in it, and it was like made of 24 karat gold, and the thing weighed like over a pound. So if you have 3 of those on there, obviously a maximum just seems kind of ludicrous. So no max. But what happens is, so say that minimum is met, but say that the minimum weight is met, then it would turn on and keep the coils as on lowest amount of power given to them as possible. It would check for a current draw, and if, say, within 2 seconds or a second, if there isn't one, it turns off. It turns off immediately. It just turns off and says, there's nothing here, so unless the weight changes, I'm not going to check again. So you'd have to take the phone off or something if it doesn't work, and put it back on, and it could recheck for that weight change. Oh, look, now there's a device here drawing current. It turns on. This would work for a dead phone or a phone that's on. This would be what Apple was proposing. It would work perfectly if the coils draw more power or have a way of signifying that, hey, there's a device here we need to turn on. And that weight sensor and that timing could be added to the magnet one. However, if you leave a magnet on the pad, then you could potentially run into problems with it just being on all the time. Or, I guess that would at least be only 1, maybe 3 coils max. Which again, is the whole idea. Only 3 coils, or 1 coil, is running at a time. Okay, and with the current draw, same idea. But you could set it anywhere and have all these different coils, but only 3 of them, at the most, are running at the same time. Okay, say the current draw isn't possible and nobody wants to do the magnet thing. There's one more solution, but it requires the phone to be on. So what would happen is the pad that you plug in the pad would be off. It wouldn't be emitting any power. You'd go onto your phone and turn power sharing on. Most phones have power sharing now, and so you'd go turn power sharing on, set it on the pad. The pad would say, oh, here's the coil that's receiving the most power right now, and it would turn that coil on. The phone would receive that power, say, hey, look, we're charging. We can turn off power sharing, and the phone can charge. Again, though, that idea only works if the phone has any power in it. If the phone's completely dead, you can't, turn it on to tell it to turn on power sharing. So, are any of these possible solutions? I think so. I think the magnet's the most realistic if the power draw doesn't have any facts based in it. I couldn't really find any information, but if you found something, please tell me down in the comments below. If this is possible, then Apple, do it. Then this is AirPower. This is perfect. Any company, go do this. This would be awesome. Okay? If it's not possible, at least try the magnet idea. Okay? At least try it. Anyways, hopefully in 2 weeks you will see the video I had promised, the conclusion to the energy series. But here's this one to hold you over and wish me luck today, actually, that I got my computer fixed. In the meantime, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New videos every other Friday, 2 p.m. Central Time, and good night. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Oh, you're still here? I thought I told you to go home. Oh, you want more? I'm flattered. Check out the playlist. If you want exclusive content, check out my Instagram, Dr_sheep_YouTube. That's all lowercase. If you want to help the earth, subscribe. When I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to plant 10 trees. If you feel that's too small, then check out my channel chart where I lay out even bigger goals. Finally, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet watch time. Bye.